The Gamers, Dorkness Rising.
The Gamers,
Dorkness Rising.
You are a fucking loser, dude.
From Rixie, this is the Daily Rec, a great resource for daily recommendations. Today's topic, film. I'm Daniel Walker, host of Feed the Jar. My film recommendation today is The Gamers, Dorkness Rising, directed by Matt Van Sil. I actually learned about this film through my brother. He's always been kind of like this nerdy catalyst for me, pushing like newer things on me to try out. And this film was just a group of just these hilarious antics of a tabletop game, and it just brought this different aspect to it where they would, jump between real life and in the game. They would actually like don their characters like attire and like act out the game. The whole time they're sitting around a table. To get that visual from that tabletop game, they really brought it home on the crazy antics that really happens with tabletop games.
Yeah, well.
Hey, Ty.
Hey, bud. My name is Tyler Walker, and I'm Daniel's older brother.
Explain to me how you came upon this movie.
All right. How I kind of came across this movie, I was flipping through YouTube, and I was looking for different, surprisingly at the time, LARP videos. LARP and D&D, it kind of coincided together for me. It was a lot of fun. I found out that this group of like indie film artists had put together this show called just The Gamers. That was the original one, which really wasn't that good, to be 100% honest.
Yeah, I watched some of it too. I wasn't a big fan of it.
But the second one, which is The Gamers Dorkness Rising, was just something I managed to come across one day on YouTube. And I immediately kind of fell in love with it. I thought it was fun. And it was something that my friends and I had talked about doing for the longest time, which was to both tell a D&D story at the table, but also kind of live as those over-exaggerated characters in the world that they're in. So,
can you just give a quick explanation for like what LARPing is for people who may not know?
Oh yeah, so LARPing is live-action role play. These are people that will put together costumes, and typically they either have foam weaponry and things in that nature, and they'll go out and they'll live kind of a D&D adventure in a sense, is the best way to put it. So picture that any Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder or Star Wars or whatever tabletop you've ever played, and you know how it's all theater of the mind. Well, this takes it to another level and allows you to kind of do theater of the mind, but in a literal setting.
Oh yeah, we had a lot of fun LARPing when I was younger.
We had a lot of fun just beating the hell out of each other too.
Yeah, that's for sure. What kind of like was your like favorite part of this overall movie? Like, were there any like scenes or quotes that you really like? I know we've quoted this movie so much.
Just as far as scenes are concerned, I mean, there's plenty of the scenes that I absolutely love in that film because it's all stuff that that I've done at D&D groups with friends and stuff like that. So of course it has its little serious moments, but most of the time it turns into just ridiculously natured things like, my, what fine but yet rustic architecture. I believe I shall go take a closer look. While your friends are sitting over there torturing the demon in the corner.
Now, in this film, they don't necessarily, outright say that they're playing Dungeons and Dragons, but It's kind of a given, you know. They have the standard, you know, dungeon master screen. They're all rolling dice. They all have their character sheets, but it's a little different in the way that they go about things. Like, it's not the same game, so to say, but it does have aspects that are resonating with that game. I always liked when the chicken came to life. They raised undead on the chicken. And it's just cooked, but it's like running around, still gobbling, and they're all freaking out. And it kills the bard. Just kills the bard outright.
Kills the bard again.
Of course, he dies a lot.
So at this point, the bard has died probably like 50 some odd times.
Yeah. That's a whole different thing, but we don't want to spoil it for people who want to check it out.
Right. Just know that the spatula of purity shall scramble the eggs of your malfeasance.
Oh man, so many good lines in there.
Well, I can definitely say that if you like, hell, even if you just like indie films in general, but if you like silly films that are just fun and they have a lot of good little one-liners, and it's just overall something that you're into, like D&D, for instance, or even card games like Magic the Gathering, things like that. Check out The Gamers Dorkness Rising, and they do have another series thereafter, which actually follows, like I said, a card game. But it's a fantastic group of people that put on a really fun film.
Thanks, Ty. Appreciate the call.
Yeah, no problem. You guys have a good one.
You too. Later, bud. If you want to check out The Gamers Dorkness Rising, the link is in the show notes. This has been your Daily Reg. See you tomorrow.